Check out literacy rates then and now. Oh yeah, if you literally like if you it's not even just like an uneducated thing, but if you take a look at any teacher talking about their students right now in America, you will want to punch your own ticket early. Like it's pretty bad. Gen Alpha's it's not just Gen Alpha, man. It's like college students too. It's like everyone everywhere in every way. It's bad. When does Gen Alpha start? Isn't the upper end of Gen Alpha like 10 or something now? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. No, they're like teens? Okay, gotcha. My friend is an elementary school teacher and he says none of the kids know how to read. Development was stalled due to COVID. It's a lot of stuff. Part of it's the phones, part of it's the COVID, part of it's the Chat GPT. That's a big one. I think a lot of it is just no one believes in the future. So kids just don't really see a point in being educated at all. There's not really like no one's going to school thinking like, "Oh man, I think I would benefit from being more knowledgeable." My friend just started teaching this year and she's horrified. She's currently helping students get a GED and it's bad. I saw the workbooks. It's third grade level work to start out with for college students. It gets more difficult, but I was amazed at how simple and easy it was to drop out and get a GED. Wasn't there a post about this that went viral recently? About literacy? Imagine being an AP government or history teacher right now in the mouth. Yeah, what's the point in teaching anything? Imagine being like a legal student, you know? What the is the point? What are you teaching? Climate scientist? Yeah. Half of American adults cannot read at a sixth grade level. It's a very spiritually diseased country. Oh yeah, the teachers are constantly the only ones who come under fire for the failing of students. This is what happens when you apply the brain dead like commercial service mantra of the customer is always right to teaching, you know? I will side with the teacher over the student and the parent like 99% of the time because right now a parent can ruin a teacher's life over nothing. Like the like schools aren't allowed to fail children because they lose out on federal funding, so everyone has to get like a 60% or whatever. And if teachers have a lot of failing students in their class, it's assumed to be the teacher's fault, and no matter how like entitled or bad the parents are, it's really bad. All the children have been left behind. Teachers lost their power when they lost the right to beat the shit out of the students. That's true. That's pretty true. Kentucky just banned phones during instructional time. Okay, gonna be real with you. This is like obviously a good thing. Why are children allowed to have smartphones in school? They should be like confiscated at the door. You'll live. What if there's an emergency? Then call the school. Like literally, why is this like why the fuck is this like just standard? Why is this allowed? School shootings, obviously. What? So if there's a school shooting, the children can text "bye mom" before they get shot? What the do you mean? What does that mean? There's plenty of accessibility related reasons as well. I don't believe in them. Sorry. We have sacrificed so much at the altar of accessibility, man. Like letting dogs everywhere, you know? Oh, it's my anxiety dog. You just be anxious. I don't care. You stand on your own 2 feet, okay? I'm a type 1 diabetic. My CGM is connected to my phone. Then I'm sure you could have a non-phone connected CGM, all right? You're 32, you can never understand. You know, I had iPhone in class in high school, right? I'm not that old. My graduating class was 2011. It was an old iPhone, but what's the point when most calculators can run Doom and call your parents? Why are kids bringing their own calculators anyway? They only need them in math class. Shouldn't the math class just have 30 calculators they can hand out and then take back? It's not like you're not if you're in high school, right? You're not using like high tier scientific calculators. You're probably using pretty simple ones. Even graphing or like the what the not arithmetic, the algebra calculators, they're not like crazy cost money. Yeah, well, obviously schools should be better funded. That's part of the argument. I'm talking like improving society here. A local radio host had the same take as you until a school shooting happened the next day where kids had to text their parents. I'm sorry, I don't care. I'm not falling for this. I'm not falling for this. Like the reason children need to be playing Bloons Tower Defense 6 in class is because in the 1 in 1 trillion chance of a school shooting, they need to be able to like say bye to their parents. You know what you do? When you leave your house, you should say, bye, mom, and like, hope you don't die before coming back home. Like all humans did for all of human history. That's so bleak. Every child needs to have a phone in them at all times so they can like with bloody fingers type out the this is ridiculous. This is a ludicrous, like it denigrates the memory of children who have died in school shootings to suggest that this is a legitimate argument in favor of keeping phones in class. Your phone should be confiscated when you enter the school, not just the classroom, okay? Also, if I didn't have a phone when I was in school, and if a school shooter came in and shot me, you know what I would hope? I would hope my mom would assume that I would text her I love you if I had my phone on me at a time. Like, I don't think there would be any like ambiguity on the subject, right? Like what like my mom's gonna be like, oh God, well, I don't know, like, did he? Like, I will live your life in such a way that these will be taken for granted rather than I'm so sorry. It's just it makes me angry to think about. It's such a civilizational decay kind of thing to argue about. I'm not. What if you want to text your mom like "F you" as you die? That's a good point. What if you're like mad at her and you want to be and like ruin her life? That's different. What if your mom's the shooter? Then you can tell her to her face. By the time I was leaving high school in 2019, we had a lot of classroom activities that required a phone too. Those just shouldn't be things. Sorry. Dude, you have any idea how much phones have like obliterated the attention span of young people? I'm already lost. I'm not pretending I'm above this, and I'm not saying it's a personal moral failing. I'm saying that this needs to be addressed systemically. Like having an 8-hour buffer period every day where students don't have the ability to use their phone probably would be a good idea. Teachers should not have phones in the classrooms either. Well, the teacher's an adult, so they might actually like need their phone for something. You're a stupid child, idiot, who blows spit bubbles in class and misses the fucking toilet seat when you try to pee, as evidenced by every experience I ever had using the restroom in my high school. So your brain is developing. You're half a person. The teacher might have like a mistress that they're cheating on their wife with who they want to text in between classes, okay? That's their business, not yours. What age group are you referring to? From kindergarten to your senior year of high school. That's base nuts. Didn't fix you, but you know, it's about the principle. Is he for real? Yeah, of course I'm for real. What the do you mean am I for real? What do you mean? Do you really think that's that crazy of a thing? All of human history, you didn't have fun. Nice to know Vosh is so anti-fun. Have fun! Dude, you're in school with classmates. You're with thousands of other kids. Go run around with sticks in recess or something. What do you mean? You have created the anti-fun environment that you are now like distracting yourself from with the phone. Canada banned phones in school, and it's only the parents who freak out. The kids do what Vosh is saying and have literally reported feeling better. Trust me, it'll improve your mental. Having your phone in your backpack when you're in class and bored is agonizing. Having your phone at home when you're in class and bored is liberating. Because when the phone is in your backpack, you're like, maybe I should just take it out. Maybe I should just take it out. What if I have a text? What if I have a text? What if the cute girl that I like texts me back? What if I could open this up? What if I could sneak up 5 minutes? It's probably going to be a while before I get called in class. I could probably go to. But if the phone's back at home or whatever, or like got confiscated and is at the principal's office and you're not getting it back until 3 p.m., you're free. Now you can fully embrace the moment and you can experience it. This has been scientifically proven, by the way. Yeah, no, I'm literally right on this. Like, people can in chat can be bad. I think most people agree with what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, it's crazy we haven't done this yet. And you know why? I bet you it's the parents too. Because who gives a shit if like students are mad? No one gives a students are mad. It's the parents, because the parents are like, what if a school shooting happens? I need to text my child like, I love you, even though you've always been a disappointment to me, when I see on the news that there's a shooting or something, you know? Is your take limited to phones or other devices as well, like laptops? What the f do you need a laptop for in high school? It's not college. You're not taking notes on that shit. I mean, I don't know what you... Well, I had a computer class in high school. In the room with the computers. Couldn't pick them up. They were pretty heavy. They all have laptops now? You don't need it. Learn how to write. You. You don't take notes in high school? I can't believe I'm having this moment here. You took notes by opening up a notebook and you wrote down the notes. with a pen. Sometimes a pencil, but usually a pen. You're really doing this to me. Look, you're not making me feel old. You're making me think you're dumb. You're not. I'm standing strong right here. My feet are firmly planted, okay? They still make notebooks. They're still real. You're not old, but recently schools have been implementing a bring your own device system. I think it's good. What? So like poor students feel a pressure or even a need to pay like $500 for a Chromebook or something? That. Absolutely not. Every year at the start of school, the government should say, here is a bunch of pens, pencils, erasers, pencil sharpener, protractor, compass, ruler, notebooks, etc., you know, divider. It'd be like $20 a student to buy in bulk and hand them off. And then like, they're your school supplies. Have you ever tried writing essays with nerd damage? Have you considered the possibility that some of us are born with paper skin and glass bones? And we can't walk upstairs because if we fall, we shatter. But the elevators also, the added G-force of us moving up or down causes us to. Come on, man. If you have disability accommodations, you take that shit up with the school, okay? Don't pretend that the entire system of like 100 million students bringing their goddamn the phones that they use to look at porn to school is justifiable because of your disability, okay? You can have a specific exemption. By the way, with the notebooks, people remember handwritten notes better than typed. That makes sense to me. There's a bit more tactility to writing stuff down. Could see that doing that. 1,000 years ago, Voss should be complaining about abandoning the abacus. Yeah? If you were teaching math and you could provide abacuses to students in school, wouldn't that be like really cool? What would you replace the abacus with? A calculator is not getting invented for another 1,000 years. What would you? What would you prefer in place of the abacus? The abacus was the best thing we had for a calculator for ages. What would you want instead of that? What's There are some really bad bullying incidents that'd be entirely avoided if phones weren't at hand during school hours. One of the most up things about every student having a smartphone is that you can no longer just be like embarrassing in school in a normal way. No one can be anyone anymore because if you're even a little bit cringe, especially in middle or high school when you're literally supposed to be cringe, like that's the time, that is the time you're supposed to be cringe. And then but now people are going to record that shit. They made being cringe illegal. That's actually really up. By the way, like that's not even a joke. That's like actually really, really, really up. Vosh, how else are people supposed to know their class schedule? I'm just going to have to assume that's a bait post. So I'm not gonna performatively. That's bait. They used to make real bait. Now they don't. Oh man. What if it wasn't bait? What if that person doesn't know you can like print stuff or write stuff down? Can I be real? Thanks to phones, locker rooms are no longer safe. Yeah, like when I use the computer, I'm pretty much like at this point in my day, I'm pretty much like watching Northern Lion play Trick Shot Simulator and playing Total War Warhammer 3. So I'm not really up on the zeitgeist of like how 13-year-olds are bullying each other. I just have a feeling, and I could be wrong, I have a feeling there's some insanely fucked up shit happening in high school locker rooms that's getting like recorded and being posted in unlisted videos on YouTube. Like life ruining shit. And all of it's just because everyone has like an HD 4K video camera with internet access on their person at all times. And that's not like, dude, I'm convincing myself of this further and further. Like, we need to straight up just make it illegal for young people to have smartphones. They did a criminal investigation in my school because there was an Instagram group chat filled with nudes of my classmates. Insanely up, probably also like incredibly common. But that's not something you're going to fix with an FBI investigation because guess what? Like, you're talking about the bad decision making of 15-year-olds. Like what? Like you're not going to legislate your way out of that. Like we will crack down on every like insane hazing, bullying, iPhone recording, locker room, whatever. That's not like that's the problem there is the phone. Like I'll put it this way. Let me put it this way, okay? I'll limit just one way that I'll put it, okay? I recently, when I went to New York City, I went to a really nice underground like spa bath place. It was really, really nice. Like you take a shower beforehand, you go in a bathing suit, and there's like it's like a group area. There's like a locker room and you go in and there's like baths that are hot and baths that are cold and there's like a salt scrub, a lot of stuff like that. They don't let you bring your phone in. So if they don't let you bring your phone in, why the are high school students bringing their goddamn smartphones into the changing rooms in their schools? That's insane. That shit should be banned from entering the building. I don't know. It's pretty bad. There are laws, people just don't care. Yeah, but they're kids. The law isn't gonna stop them because they're kids, right? Like, you just need to not let them have the phones. Yeah, they don't even know the law. They're kids. They're not even like proper citizens yet. They can't vote. They're like people in training, you know? Doesn't every building have a bathroom? Can you like, okay, I understand. Okay, let this be like the last thing I say in this. Can you comprehend? I know the reflexive contrarianism tendency runs deep in chat, but can you comprehend like the difference between people in a public restroom just having their phone in their pocket, they pee, they go out, and like a high school locker room where young people are spending multiple minutes in there in groups. They're all young. They have pre-existing relationships, some of which are very negative, right? Because people bully other people or whatever. Can you really not understand the difference? Like, use your head. Oh, listen, all I can say is, as somebody who went to high school and had gym class and was in locker rooms, I am really happy that the period of time in school during which I had swim class was in my freshman year before iPhones were a thing. That was 2007. That was before smartphones were a thing. If that was in 2011, smartphones would have been a thing. Who the knows, you know? Can we also talk about how insane it is that all restaurants have iPads? You pay like $4 to play games because kids will throw public tantrums. I have never seen this happen in my life, but I believe you. Dude, they have games and it just auto adds it to the bill. Should literally be illegal. Maybe this might come across as a bit unsympathetic for me, but I think that if you bring a child to a restaurant and then get the restaurant iPad to give to the kid, I think you should be charged way the more than $3.99 to open up Bloons Tower Defense. I think there should be I think that like it should be $19.99 and the iPhone or the iPad should have like a 20% chance of exploding when you enter your credit card info into it. I'm gonna end the segment. Why Bloons TD specifically? I don't know. It's just a mobile game that I know. What do you want from me? Yeah, what happened to coloring books? Huh? What happened to like exciting the imagination of a child by having them like, I don't know, make the skin of the pirate on the coloring book green? Yeah, I'm not actually sorry.